There we go. Good evening, everyone. We're so excited to be here tonight again for an amazing book launch with Miss Linda Schlitz. And tonight's book that she's going to be celebrating, you can see some books over her shoulder right there, which is really exciting. The book tonight is called Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening. So a powerful book, something that we're going to be talking and discussing about in depth. But this is a launch party, so we're going to be having great party prizes, a lot of things given away. And most of all, Linda's going to share some of those things that are deep within her heart all to you. Being an author, it really helps you to identify a lot of things, kind of a big self-reflection. And then when you're putting it out there for the entire world to see and to read, it is a piece of you going out. And we are so excited to share this tonight. Looks like we've got great people popping up here live tonight. I am, again, April Tribe Duke, and I'm down here in Kyle, Texas, broadcasting. And Linda, share with us where you are broadcasting from tonight.
I am in Wausau, Wisconsin, and very happy to have you be a part of this, April. Thank you so much. And for my friends who are watching, April, you've got to get her book. She's got 2 books that are amazing, and she has 9 children, including deaf children. So that is why April is signing, and I hope that people will forward this to anyone you know that might be deaf. But yeah, thanks, April. Thanks for having me.
You bet. This is an incredible time to be launching your book right in the December holiday gift giving. Everyone got that gift giving time of year. What an opportunity to give something from your heart that could be completely transforming. I know we get socks, sweaters, maybe some really fun perfume, but it just doesn't last. However, a book that when you read and changes the inside of your heart, well, now that is a gift that can continue as well as change generations beyond. So this is why we're excited tonight to bring this to you. And thank you so much, Linda, for being brave enough to face the things that you faced, to put it down, and to share with everyone. This is really incredible. So wonderful,
Thanks.
wonderful job. Again, the book is called Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening. Do you have a copy you can hold up and have everyone see?
I do. Let me
All right,
grab
let's do
it
that.
right here. It is 365 daily meditations for those who want to hear God answer life's toughest questions.
Wow. How did you decide to come up with the concept of a daily type of devotional for everyone?
Hold on a second. I'm getting my husband going, what, Ralph? Okay. Click on the link I sent everybody a link. There should be a link. Okay, people aren't able to get on here. So, okay.
You are. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what were you saying, April? I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I just was wondering the concept about doing a daily devotional. How did that come about versus, something kind of more in the self-help? Here's a chapter. Here's a chapter. How did this come about?
Well, I tell you, when I get up in the morning, if I don't focus my energies and my thoughts on what God wants me to do as opposed to what I want to do, I get all messed up and I get very frustrated. So for me, spending that time alone with God is really helpful. I have a lot of anxiety. I am busy all the time. I have attention deficit disorder. I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. So a lot of things got in my way from trying to figure out what I wanted to be and how I wanted my life to look. So I finally decided to spend time with God and ask him. So I started doing that, but then I had difficulty listening, and it took me a lot of years, but I finally started writing down what I heard God say to me. And that's how this book came to be, is my time alone with God, writing down what he told me to do, and then deciding, am I going to answer? Am I going to actually do what God's called me to do? Which is why I'm here today. This is one of those things God's asked me to do, is to be here with everyone today.
The wonderful concept about listening, I think we're really good at asking, probably especially when we're really desperate, when things are not going our way, the on the knees, ask in prayer. I think that can come to us pretty quickly. However, I think sometimes we jump on our knees and jump back to our feet. And I feel sometimes God's like, uh, oh, hey, right? Because in our rush and run, he's just about ready to share. And sometimes we forget to listen. So
Right.
in building any relationship, listening is the key point. After all, he
Absolutely.
listens to us, right?
Right.
And all of
Exactly.
our cries and prayers and rejoicing and praising, it's our turn on that second part of the relationship to listen to him. So
Exactly.
fantastic opportunity. It looks like a lot of people are saying, I can see you, I can hear you, you are doing your thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys, everybody, for popping up here. So within this devotional, what are some key elements that you put down? Is there kind of a daily scripture and then your thoughts, or how does this all work?
Well, the daily devotionals I've had in the past were missing something. Most of them have a issue that you're having or a thought for the day, and then they usually have some reflection, and they usually have a prayer, but that's where it ends. And for the last 24 years, I've been involved with the 12-step program, which I found to be really helpful as a Christian. I've been a Christian for 44 years, but that 12-step process really helped me to work one thing at a time. So what I did with my devotional is I looked at those steps and which ones happen to apply to my daily event or my daily struggle. And then I went and found a scripture. Sometimes I'd find the scripture first. It didn't really matter. But then after that, then I would pray and ask God what he wanted me to do. And then after that, I would stop and listen. And I would write down what God had to say to me. And then it took me about 3 months before I realized that God was, that I had to respond to God after he told me what to do. If he told me, don't be anxious about anything, like it says in Philippians 4, 6, and 7, that's not a suggestion, that's a command. So then I had to say, okay, God, I'm not going to have that problem. So I'm kind of excited that it turned out the way it did. That 365 days of spending that time focused on listening to God was transformational for me. And I know it will be and has been for others.
Okay, so this comes up with the big question. How does God speak to you? Is it impressions? Are they thoughts? Are they ideas? How does he speak to you?
You know, this is one of those things that until you try it, and I had someone who just said, you know, pick up a pen or get your computer and say, God, what do you want me to do? And then just start typing. And that's what I started the first time. I didn't think about what I was hearing. I didn't listen for a voice. I just started typing and it just came out. And a lot of what comes out, people are like, well, God doesn't talk to people today. What I have found, and feel free to read my meditation book and compare it, everything that is in there from what God spoke really comes from his word that I have memorized a lot of over the years from the Bible. So that's where that message, it's just really reaffirming to me the things I already knew and have studied for many years. It's just telling me every day, I got you covered, Linda. I got you covered. And that's really what God's word does for me and those meditations. But you know, here's what's amazing is that the people that have gone and read this thing, they're like, oh, Linda, thank you for writing that. How did you know what I was going through? It's like, oh, I wrote that, you know, a year and a half ago. I didn't write that for you. God knew you needed that today. So he happened to have you sign up when you did. That just seems to be how it works. And
Yes.
it's just a God thing. That's all I can say.
I agree. It is a God thing. And when we are connected to it, are the things that are within our heart, the tender mercies that no one else knows about, only him, that on the right day at the right time, timing is amazing. And it'll speak to us. It'll be the answer to prayer. It'll be so many things, calming our worries, helping us to sing praises. That is the way. But we have to be equally ready to put the word in so that it can be reminded and brought forth into our mind. And then our actions, right, go forward with it. So
Yeah.
do you have actions or actionable things within each day of the devotional?
Yes. And, I've got my actions. And I guess as I encourage people, don't, this was God talking to me. Everybody should be writing their own meditation book as they do their meditations, because what God spoke to me and what my response is can't be your response. You've got to respond to what God is really saying to you. And if when you read my book, it's like, oh yeah, that really resonates. Now you need to respond. Just reading my response does nothing for your transformation. It's you got to do your own thing. And the real purpose of all of this, April, is for people to realize their purpose in God and how to overcome the obstacles, whether it's alcohol, drugs, depression, anxiety, marijuana, whatever it might be, any kind of addiction or issue, anything, is overcomable, which I made that word up. It's overcomable through, I believe, God's word and this process of getting to know God and letting him speak to you.
Yes, when we understand the Father, He's able to talk to us. We are His children. So building that relationship just logically, it makes sense, right? It does. It makes a good sense. So tonight, at this point, this is a really good time to maybe give away one of our first prizes, because I see a lot of people popping in here and answering and, putting down their comments. So I'm thinking, I think we need to reward these people who are here. They showed up on
Yes.
time and they're ready to rock and roll. So this first gift we're going to be giving away to someone who has been very, I'll say, who has been right here and answering and responding the whole time. Okay. So the gift that we have is an incredible book from our friend, Dr. Mary Welsh. And the title of the book is called Journey into the Looking Glass. And this is a book that she wrote because she lost her daughter about 3 years ago. She had passed away. And this is kind of the grief journey that she went on, how to help and support others who might be within their grief journey. And we know that in this year of 2020, we've had a lot of awareness of how quickly and how precious life can be here and then change. So this gift is going to be given out tonight. We're so excited to have it. I have to tell you, it is a thick book, but it's not meant for a page-by-page read. And as we give this tonight, if you know of somebody who has suffered with a loss and you want to pass it even forward, wonderful, because they're just 1 to 2 to maybe 3-day pages of what you can absorb and digest that day. So it's very, very supportive of anyone who is in grief. All right, who's ready for the prize and who's going to be giving it away tonight? All right, it is T. Hoffman. T. Hoffman, you are the first winner. Now I got to write that down.
And Tina, this is T. Hoffman. Yes, she is my friend. And I did not tell April that your sister passed a few months ago. That's a God thing.
That's a God thing.
That's another one of those God things. Yes, it is a God thing. So thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, Tina, this will be an incredible understanding for you, for your sister, for both. And I have to say, as receiving a copy for myself, because my mother-in-law passed, it has been very healing, and it's been a beautiful experience to understand other people and how they've struggled and gone through it, and how we now can overcome as well. So look at that. Another Speak to Me God idea given right there. We were witnesses.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. It's awesome. Very exciting. I'm very
excited
about that.
Go ahead, Linda.
No, I just wanted to, to thank people. I don't know why I'm having people say they can't get on, and I don't know. I posted this in a zillion different places, and some people got on with that link, so I'm not sure what the deal is. But anyway, I'm also very excited, April, that I'm starting a program in in January, and I'm just going to talk about it real quick because it's one of the things that I'm going to be giving away to people. Is it's a 12-week intensive recovery program for people who may be struggling with sobriety. And sobriety really can mean anything. Sobriety for me means not eating all the chocolate my roommate brought home today. Because I've got that alcohol and drug thing under control, but I don't have other things under control. So sobriety can be a lot of different things that are causing us problems. So this 12-week course is really going to talk about how to have this kind of relationship with God. It will be going through my book day by day and then going really deep into developing that relationship. I'll be working individually with people. We'll be doing weekly webinars. We'll be doing daily, what we call the 3Gs. What am I good at? What are my goals for the day? And what am I grateful for? Something that we all should do. But I think this book is really a foundation for staying clean and sober if anybody wants to. So if those of you watching or listening, or if you get this after the event, please forward that information, because I will be doing a free webinar on the 14th for that whole event. So this is kind of the precursor to the next event, which will be a sneak peek at the webinar or the event that'll start on the 1st, my training program. So
Excellent. Do you see all of the work and all of the love that she is giving, offering out there for everyone tonight? The value of that, again, changing your life, being aware, learning that self-control, relying on a higher power. That's transformational, everyone. And we are witnessing some of these things tonight from Miss Linda. Thank you so much. I mean, this seems like that concept of what we want to really bring about is that change can happen, right? You're not lost, forgotten, or without hope.
right.
Hope is always there.
It definitely is. There's no doubt about that. So I know we've got a couple other things, and I feel so bad that there's so many other people that are somewhere. So I may have to do what we could do, what I could do, April, is do a watch party and invite some people.
Yes, of course.
But we do have another person that is on here. I think a couple more. So let's just go ahead and
give away some more prizes.
Give away some more prizes to the people that made it online.
Who made it here. All right. So our second prize is another incredible book. This is an autobiography by Miss Tracy Ann Pearl Bow, and she's all the way from Australia. Don't you love that sign? Australia.
Oh, cool.
And in Australia, they are really impacted right now, kind of like we were in the springtime with a lot of immediate closures. And so it's been a real struggle for a lot of different things. But this book is now one of those pieces of hope that are raising its head and helping so many people in Australia. Well, Linda has an opportunity to give one of these books to you tonight, and the title is Heaven Has a Plan for You. And this is an incredible opportunity. And those who win this book and read through this story, you will be amazed at what she has overcome. And I think the relatable parts therein will help you to understand that no matter where we are in the world, we are all God's children, and we all can overcome with his support. And that is what this book is about. Again, it's Heaven's Got a Plan for You. And so here is our next winner. Here we go. Heather Comstock.
Yay.
Heather Comstock. Congratulations. You are that winner. Put that
Thanks
down.
for coming, Heather.
Thank you, Heather, so much. And she says, no problem.
Yep. Thanks for being here, Heather. I do appreciate it.
Yes. And please join Linda more on her journey, and as she announces the event on the 14th. I mean, there's so many great things going forward. So let's go back to your book, Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening. Is there a particular story or a particular day out of the 365 days that you would like to share with us tonight?
Well, You know, what I usually do is just kind of to flop the thing open and see where it ends up. And I don't know what that is going to be. So I'm just going to do that and see if there's somebody here where that this might relate to. So here's where it popped up. Just happened to be August 17th. It's called Destitute. Step 1. Admitted we were powerless over our dependencies and that our lives had become unmanageable. The challenge, whether it is spiritual, emotional, mental, or physical, there are times when we have all felt like there is no way to solve our own problems. That is the best place to be when change is needed. Is it true? It is true that we cannot fix everything that has gone wrong in our lives. We need to rely on a higher power that knows more and has more resources than we do to get us back on track. Are we relying on God as our higher power? The hope for the day. Why do you continue to invite punishment? Must you rebel forever? Your head is injured and your heart is sick. That's from Isaiah 1:5. That might sound a little depressing, but it's just a question God asks us. My prayer for the day was, God, when I feel like there is no hope and I am too exhausted to go on, please help me to remember that you have always been faithful to raise me up when I ask. Speak to me, God. My child, to be destitute in mind, body, spirit, and emotions means that you are living without faith and are failing to exercise all that I have for you. I will provide for those who seek me and hear my voice. I may provide for you in ways that you do not expect or may not like at first, but in time you will see it is for your own good. It may not be the job you want or the housing that is your ideal pick, or the people in your life that you most enjoy, or the feelings that overcome you when life happens. But I am with you always. If you trust me, you will not be destitute in anything. You will be filled with joy because I have provided for you, and I have promised that all things will work together for your good. Rely on me today. And then my response was, God, today I will not give up on your promises, but I will stand in faith that you will rescue me from my own negative thinking and lack of faith. And then I ask, what is your response to what God had to say? So that's an example of one of my readings.
That's a powerful example. And if you don't mind, I'd like to respond to that, if that's okay.
Okay, please do.
I will. So in our family and in just recent things that have just been brought to light, there have been some definitely challenging times based on decisions, because we all have the agency to choose. And as a mom, watching people choose things that might not be the best option, we do still have to sit back and respond with love and respond with care and respond with a lot of faith and trust that He's got this. Mm-hmm. So when we follow through with that, I have to tell you, I have felt comforted. I have felt peace. Doesn't mean everything's resolved or solved. Far from it. But the strength I've been given, that is the gratitude that just continues every single day as more things kind of get more and more revealed. Instead of a crushing weight, I feel that light and I feel that peace and I feel support. So thank you. Maybe that was for me tonight.
Could be. It's for whoever needs it, and that's just how God works. So I'm excited about that.
Right. Are we ready for our third prize?
We are.
Okay. So our third prize tonight comes from you, Miss Linda. It is your book. Hold it up there again. Speak to me, God, I'm listening. This is the book prize for tonight. And for this third one, it goes to, let's check it out, Kenneth Kodrick.
Yay.
Kenneth Kodrick. So congratulations. You win this book tonight. And look, you saw a perfect example. Falls open. Take a look and see if that's a place where you needed the support.
And thank you, Kenny, for showing up. Kenny is actually putting the railings on my stairway this week, hopefully. So whenever you get over here, Kenny, and I've got mail for you, I will give you your signed copy when you get here. So thank you for coming, Kenny. I appreciate it. And I'm excited.
That's great. You can do a hand gift right there signed. That's pretty special. That is really, really a special opportunity. Cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. We love all of the gifts that have been given tonight, the people who are showing up here. Beautiful, beautiful event. So, Linda, what else would you like to share with us tonight?
Oh, okay. Oh, J.R. Schlitt. I'm going to put this up. Found you and April are doing a wonderful job. Thank you. He's a little prejudiced, but he likes you, April. Thank you. And I agree. You are doing a wonderful job. So what was your question, April? I'm sorry.
It's great. It's fine. What would you like to share that maybe helped to bring you to your own sobriety?
What brought me to my own sobriety? I guess my failures, my sins, my shame, my guilt, all the things that I had done that many of which I did under the influence of alcohol and drugs that I didn't remember doing. It was just a lot of shame that I was living with. And a lot of people go through that. And I know, April, your expertise is domestic violence, and your books are just incredible. I went through some abuse as well, and know what that's all about. And even though it's not your fault, you carry this shame that you should have been able to do something. And then there's those secrets that you keep for so long. And it impacts other people as well. So all of that brought me literally to my knees, where I just said, God, I can't take this. I'm just a failure. I can't quit using alcohol and drugs. I'm going through a divorce. I just hated myself. So I asked God to change me. And long story short, he did. He took my prayer of, I'm a lost, hopeless sinner, and he gave me a new life. He gave me a new life and proved to me in a way that I could understand that he was real. And I encourage other people to do that, though it says don't test God. There were plenty of people in the Bible that God even says, test me. And I did. I said, God, if you're real, show me a sign. And I was playing in a bar band, and I said, God, show me that you're real. Speak to me. And I got a shock. And I'm like, gosh, if that was you, God, and you don't want me in drinking and using drugs, give me another sign. And the light bulb blew up. Now, there may have been a real electrical reason for that, but that was God talking to me. I knew. And I also had asked him to make me sick at the thought of alcohol and drugs. And I could not use after that. I couldn't drink after that. So I was very blessed that God did that for me. And that was 44 years ago. So I have been walking this walk of writing music and writing poetry and writing. And yet 10 years after that, I started drinking again, because it's not that having a glass of wine is wrong. It's when you drink a whole bottle of it at one clip and can't quit drinking it that it becomes a problem. And that was how it was progressively getting worse for me over 10 years. And that's when in 1996, I finally went to get some help to a counselor. And then she directed me to a 12-step program. And here I am. It'll be 25 years in April. So it's great. And now my whole life is about helping other people in recovery to find a new life, a new joyful, happy, sober life. And it's very rewarding. That's all I can say. Very rewarding.
It is very rewarding. Thinking about all of that concept. Yes, this does seem to be the common thread. Thank you, David. I agree. The power that's happening when we're overcome and we feel like we can't get out of the sin, there is a lot of trauma and shame that keeps us there. And it's almost like Satan on the other side is just laughing. I mean, his whole goal is to make sure that we destroy ourselves, destroy the body that he will never get. And he laughs at us, he mocks at us, he tempts us. And as we keep falling again and again into it, the tragedy is that we're destroying ourselves.
Yes.
We're drinking the poison, hoping the other person, will be harmed. And that other person, I use that loosely, right? With the idea of Satan. And we've got God there, that all can be resolved. And it just doesn't go away in a single swipe. 12 steps are necessary. We as people, we forget.
Yes.
So if it was just like the very first time, you've got the shock, you got the light bulb, and it lasted for a while, but it still didn't change.
Yeah.
And that's the point. With a 12-step program, we have to go as far, realize, understand, recognize, and we go to the next step.
Right.
And that builds up all of the understanding, the tolerance, the concepts, and that's the healing path. And that's the healing journey.
Yeah.
So beautiful,
exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Go ahead. Do we have another thing there to give away? Because we got some people that popped in here now.
We do. We've got a fourth prize, and this one is called Healed for His Glory, My Journey from Pain to Purpose. My journey, again, from pain to purpose. All right. Who is going to be winning this tonight? Let's flick the thing. David Obermeyer.
It's another God thing. Somebody who's in physical therapy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. This book so all these authors that donated, this book was amazing. She suffers from RSD, a horribly painful disorder that, pain can really, we are all recovering from COVID here in my house now, and my roommate is really struggling, but this headache is just so devastating. Every day we have headaches, and it can be very annoying. So when you're suffering from pain, that drives a lot of people back to relapse, whether it's emotional or physical pain. So for anybody who is, this is a great book, and I'm really glad that David popped on here and won it. It's a great
Congratulations, book. David. I hope that through the pain you're working through with physical therapy, eventually you will find the relief of pain. I know many physical therapists who say, I really don't like torturing people. I promise. But if they just work through it, the results are going to be amazing. And isn't that how God is? God is saying, if you just a few more steps into that place where we think, I can't see, I don't know what to do. Use me, trust me, exercise faith. It's going to be okay. Okay, I'll take 2 more steps. And all of a sudden it's resolved. And you're thinking, why didn't I just step earlier? Why didn't I just do it earlier? It's fair, and we're weak, but we have each other, we have him. And just like in your devotional, when we ask for him to speak to us, and we listen, and we respond through our actions and speak back, there is real hope. And that is beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
that's right.
It is. I just love how God works, and I'm just grateful that I have this opportunity to help people. And I know, like, there is people that were lots of people that were going to come that for whatever reason couldn't find their way on here. So I do want to do, I think, share this and do another little thing where we can give away some more of my things. I think the people that are on here right now all have access to my services.
Yes.
And so I don't know as though we need to give anything, but if any of you know someone Like Heather, if you know of anybody, or Kenny, if you know anybody that might want some of my services, needs coaching, I am available, and please message me. I will see to it that people get what they need. So I will work with them. So that was part of the point. But yeah, I'm really grateful, and I appreciate that people came. And my books are online. If you don't know, or if you think of somebody that might be interested in it, or if you're giving presents away or anything like that, you can go to, I gotta find my thing here. You can go right to my website, lindalarsenschlitz.com, and you can, my book is right there. It will redirect you to where you need to go as far as getting that. I also have started the Christian Addiction Recovery Academy, CARA, which is really, I mean, anybody can come. You don't have to be a Christian. But with studies showing over 60% of people in America identify or call themselves Christians, I kind of focused it on that. And because I think they have a really hard time asking for help. I did when I was in the church. So I want to be able to provide that service. And the information that you're going to need about the new training that I'm doing is going to be on that page. And I'll be putting a lot more out. But keep the 14th open as well. There will be another event coming up on the 14th. And I would just love to see everybody on that. So be thinking about, who do you know that might benefit from a year of support services from me with some intensive work if they're ready. I would love to help.
Excellent. Love to help. Look at that heart of service. And I know that when we are in the service of our fellow beings, we are only in the service of our God. And so thank you so much, Linda. Tonight has been beautiful. Agreed. Order Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening by Linda Larsa Schlitz. And it's all on Amazon as well as on her website, which will redirect you to the places that you need to get it. Keep December 14th open. And we've got another great book launch. She has invited me to be a part of that as well. So I'm really excited. And everybody, you are here for a reason. You were touched for a reason to come. And as the night rolls forward and she'll do another watch party, be in tune. See what speaks to you.
Great. Thank you so much, April. Thanks for coming, guys. God bless.
Bye, everybody.